Hello, it's Charlotte here, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. I'm so excited because today we're going to be talking about outsourcing versus DIY Squarespace SEO. And if you know me, you know that obviously I go hard for Squarespace SEO. I love it. It's what I do all day, every day. And the thing is, I work with clients in every single industry, whether we're talking services-based businesses, people that have an online business or in person, people that do e-commerce, events, like you name it, I probably work with all of those people. And whether we're talking about people that come to me to do one-on-one consulting or they're in various of my programs or something, it's certain levels that they have chosen to work with me. But the thing is, like, there's so many different ways that you can decide to work on your own, so much that you can do DIY. There's so many resources that you can kind of follow along for free. But then there's also the chance that you might want to like pop in and get someone to help you out with it. And at what point do you do that? And where is it valuable? At what stage in your journey? All that sort of thing. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. And before we do though, I just want to share my screen here. And I want to show you about this Squarespace SEO checklist. Let me just hide that there that I have, because if you're here, you're probably interested in Squarespace SEO, and that's what I do really well. And I have this checklist that has been downloaded literally like thousands and thousands and thousands of times. So take a look at it. It's a one-page PDF. I'll link to it down below here. And whether you're a complete beginner just starting out with Squarespace SEO, or maybe you've been at this a little while and you want to make sure that you haven't forgotten anything or left something off the list, then this Squarespace SEO checklist will be super helpful. So again, I'll link to it down below and you can learn a little bit more about what it is, all that sort of thing, but you're welcome in advance. So now let's talk a bit more about outsourcing versus DIY Squarespace SEO, because this is a really fantastic question. So the first thing that I want you, if you're considering this, if you're kind of like, where do I start? Can I do some of my own? I don't know. The biggest thing I want you to think about is, will you do the work yourself? If you have all of the resources, if you have the knowledge or whatever, would you do it? That's the biggest question to start with, because the thing is, a lot of people might say, you know what, yeah, like if I can figure it out, or someone can point me in the right direction, or if I find like certain things to help me get started, then I'll do it. Like I can go for it to at least to begin with. But then there's other people who are like, look, you know what? It's just outside of my zone of genius. They're not interested in it. They would rather just like, maybe they don't trust their tech skills or something. And in that case, if you know yourself and you know that you're just like, well, even if I knew how, I wouldn't really want to, or I would push it off, or any of those excuses that you're going to tell yourself, that should be the starting place. And if you're feeling like, I don't know, then at that point, I would just say, yes, outsource it, like sooner than later. Save yourself the trouble, save yourself the frustration, save yourself the like feeling of constant disappointment of being like, I'll get to it. Well, no, you won't, or no, you aren't prioritizing it or something. And then it never gets done. You never get the benefits, the results, all that sort of thing. So that's where I always say to start with. Okay. But what a lot of people do as well when they come to me is they're like, I could probably figure some of this out, definitely. And so if that's the case, if you're like, maybe I think I could learn some DIY stuff, like, or at least I want to try, give it a stab, then where I recommend is taking a look, just to begin, all of the blog posts that I've written or the YouTube videos that I have here on my channel. You can just search them and see what's interesting to you. Maybe you're like, oh, I didn't even think about that, or oh, that's a stuck point, or realize I didn't even know about that. And so kind of like try your hand at some of the things that you might learn about on your own, and just see like how far can you get if you want to try that. And then the next thing I think about is, okay, maybe you've like dabbled in that, or you've tried a few things out, but now you want to make sure that like, let's take this a bit more seriously. Okay. Like, you don't know what you don't know. You're not an expert in it. Right. And so if that's the case, then this is where I recommend at the very least getting booked in for like one of my Squarespace SEO audit and consulting sessions, because with this, it's like we meet together an hour and a half, like over Zoom. I review your website, we go through, we make some changes in real time, like all of this sort of thing. And it's a great way to, again, like choose your own adventure. Do you want someone to just basically be like, here's the hit list of things you need to do in this order. Now go and do it. Or from there, once you realize what all that list of things are, then you're kind of like, again, going back to the first point, I don't actually want to do it. Cool, no problem. Then you can hire it out and like you have the information, you know what to do, and you're not just like throwing spaghetti at the wall. Will it stick? Time will tell, right? So this is what I recommend you do. Like, know yourself first. Are you going to do it? Are you going to do it? Maybe dabble on your own, like try it out. If you're like, I could be, sure. And then number 3, come in for like a consulting session and just see how much more clarity you get from there, and then follow the directions that I give you, or that, I mean, I assume it'll be me because you're watching this, but it could be someone else. I don't know. And I always think that when it comes to Squarespace SEO, you don't necessarily need to leap right away into some like big agency package. Like that might not make sense for the kind of business or your goals or the offerings that you have. It might be definitely the route you take, but it's not required. And so remember that like outsourcing Squarespace SEO can look different and can suit your needs depending on what they are. So know yourself, be honest about yourself. Think about like how much work are you willing to do to get the results you want, and what do you feel comfortable taking on? And that will at least guide you through your discussion, and you can sort it out through there. So I hope that answers your question. I also hope it gives you some like clear steps in what to do and where to begin, and like where you can try outsourcing versus what you can try to like DIY just to get your feet wet. But make sure as well before you go that you grab a copy of that Squarespace SEO checklist, and then, thank me once you've had a chance to take a look at it and start working on some stuff. And then if you want to do a consulting as well, you can just contact me. It's all there on my website, and I think I'll link to it down below as well. And I can't wait to, see where this goes for you. Squarespace SEO is so great, and I am thrilled to be here at whichever stage you're doing on your journey. And if you want to take a look at the other videos that I have, either here on my YouTube channel or all the other blog posts that I have so many more resources about Squarespace SEO and growing your business and online marketing and business behind the scenes. Like, you name it, I probably have content on it. So if you like this video, you can like it or thumbs up it, whatever the YouTube terminology is. Leave me a comment down below as well. You can let me know, like, have you tried outsourcing Squarespace SEO? Is it something you're DIY? Like, any stuck points you have, whatever it is, I'd love to hear from you. And thanks again for watching, and I will see you soon in the next video. Bye.